Okay, let's take a start with IELTS speaking part 1. Do you work or study?
I am currently a student in Bachelor Computer Science. I study in Bahria University, Lahore.
Okay, let's take a start with speaking. How often do you use social media?
I usually often, I usually use social media almost when I was free.
Whenever they ask you how often means frequency. So, how often do you use social media? I use social media every day, or I use social media twice a day, thrice a day, right? Or I use social media regularly. So, how often means frequency. So, it's a good, and by the way, how often means question is in present. So, your answer should be in present tense with first form of the verb. Now, start again. How often do you use social media?
I usually use social media thrice a day when I was after from my studies.
After my studies,
After
when
my
I come
studies,
back home,
I come back home, and when I was done from
was no present tense, was is past tense.
when I am free from my lunch and at night, I mostly use social media.
Okay, what is your favorite social media app?
Uh, my favorite social media app is LinkedIn because it is very interactive with my studies, and it makes more contact interaction with the industry and the students. So mostly posts are very interesting and very informative.
Do you think social media is a waste of time?
No, we can. It is not a waste of time. We can use in a good way. As I say, LinkedIn I use, so it is very informative and very effective for our study and our social life.
Should children be allowed to use social media?
No, under teenage, the children are not allowed to use social.
Children should not be allowed.
Children should not be allowed to use social media. They have to be more in games and the indoor games and outdoor games. So
Okay,
that's
all right, let's just move on. What are the benefits of using social media?
Uh, there are lots of benefits, but at my age and my field, it is very informative and connect with the technology and industry. What is new technologies are building in the industry, so it is very informative for me.
Okay, do you think people will continue to use social media in the future?
Yes, obviously, I think it is a very essential and crucial part of our life, and the social interaction as a human being
You're
is
not
very.
using future tense for that. Actually, do you think people will continue to use? So use future tense. Yes, I think people will use social media regularly, as in the future times they will be more engaged into something like that. Okay. So answer again. Do you think people will continue to use social media in the future?
Yes, I'm sure that in future the human use social media more frequently as they now, because as the new technologies like metaverse is being introduced in the future, it is very common in
It will be very common.
it will be very common in social peoples.
Okay. So focus your tenses, grammar, and then you'll be fine. Right. Thank you very much.